A rep and a principal visit a major customer. During the meeting, the customer says to the principal, "Why don't you cut your rep Charlie here out of the picture so we can buy direct from you? Then you can cut our price by the amount of Charlie's commission." Welcome to the MANA presentation on how reps should handle this situation. The high-quality principal you're with responds by saying, "I can cut Charlie out of the picture, but when I do, I have to increase my prices. I need to have someone calling on you to protect my business from competitors. If I switch from an independent manufacturer's representative to an employee, that costs more, and I have to charge you more." If you can count on all of your principals responding this way, you need to watch this video no longer. If you are not sure how your principals would reply, continue on. The natural impulse is to react emotionally, but that impulse is the wrong one. Do not, under any circumstance, react until you create a plan of action. Start by trying to learn exactly what transpired and where the principal stands. If they are considering giving in to the customer's request, here are recommendations on the action to take. First, never try to handle a situation like this by email. Speak to your primary contact at the principal in person, if that's practical, or by phone, if it's not. In a non-threatening way, let him or her know that you became aware of the situation and want to know how they plan to reply. Once you learn more about the status of the situation, avoid making your argument on the spot. Instead, ask them to hold off on responding briefly so you can put together a proposed plan of action. Your proposed plan should focus on what is important for the principal, not on what is important for you. For this reason, you want to focus on this as a bad business decision, not on why it is unfair. The cornerstone of your argument is that the rep's role is not just to book new business for the principal, it is also to stay close to the customer and protect the principal's business from competitors. Download the "Why I Love to Call on My Competitors' House Accounts Agency Sales Magazine" article from the member area of the MANA website. You find it in Step 10 of the Steps to Rep Professionalism program, House Accounts, Split Commissions, and Other Territory Management Issues. Share this with your principal to help them understand the potential consequences of taking the wrong action. Ask them if they can afford to take the risk that a competitor will take away the business. The competitor still has a rep making face-to-face calls on this customer to try to take away your principal's business, and your principal does not. Once you win over your principal, you both still have the customer to deal with. To create a strategy to win over the customer, first, try to learn who at your customer's company is championing the "cut the rep, save the commission" idea. Did the request come from the person at the customer with whom you have had the relationship? Or did it come from a higher level position? If that is the case, would the person you deal with be willing to help make the case for your value in the supply chain? Once you and your principal have the facts, craft a strategy and meet jointly with the customer so the principal can explain the value you provide and why your local contribution adds value. The customer may claim it's not about reducing price, but let's face it, that's exactly what it's about. If your principal informs the customer that their prices remain the same regardless of whether you are involved or not, the customer may agree to keep you involved. Remember that your customer made a decision to purchase from your principal because they perceived your offering as the best value. Now they're just trying to further sweeten a deal they'd already found attractive. They don't want to lose that deal, so approach this situation as a negotiation. If your principal chooses to offer further discounts, it should be based on mutual efficiencies, not cutting you out of the transaction. Consider this situation as a wake-up call to launch a longer-term strategy, a plan to reinforce your value to principals before situations like this even come up. Why? So you don't have to rush to teach them your value proposition after a customer challenges it, because you've already made your case in the normal course of business. Learn how by logging into the member area of the MANA website and clicking on the Steps to Rep Professionalism program link. Go to Step 2, Connect with high-quality principals that get it. Of course, the most powerful way to market yourself to principals is to way exceed their expectations in terms of sales and working together as partners in profits. Learn more in Step 5 of the Steps to Rep Professionalism program. Work with principals as trusted partners in profits. For more help on this or other topics, please contact Manna at 949-600-6465 if you have questions.